Okay, we're here in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and we're going to take a ride over the George Washington Bridge on a bike and then down the Hudson River bike path down across the west side of Manhattan all the way down to lower Manhattan and then across the Brooklyn Bridge on the way to Brooklyn, which is where I work. So it's kind of a long bike commute. I've done a lot longer, but this is a mostly fun ride. I will say that the George Washington Bridge is kind of a hard bridge. It's not that any bridge is soft, but you'll see it's got some tough right angles, and it's the busiest bridge in the world in terms of amount of traffic per day, and it's a very loud bridge, but if you can put that out of your mind and look out over the Hudson River, which we'll do, it's very serene, and it's actually a very beautiful location. You're coming across the Palisades of New Jersey over to kind of the hilliest part of Manhattan. And so it involves, at least on the Manhattan side, a lot of switchbacks to get back down to the river far below. And you have to take local streets and then a little pathway. And you wind your way down over some train tracks. You finally get down to the base of the bridge on the Manhattan side, where there's a little lighthouse that we'll look at. And then you follow along the river on a bike path all the way down the whole length of Manhattan, and it goes north of the bridge also, but we'll just take the pathway that goes south, and I'll show you spots along the way. Okay? Okay, now we're about to go on the bridge. The world's loudest bridge. First of a couple of 90-degree turns you have to make to go around the towers. Down to downtown. There's some barge traffic, but it's usually very light on the Hudson. It's not like the Mississippi. And then looking north, there's construction guys working on encapsulating the cables in concrete. They still have to do it on this side. You can see there's a lot of rust on this bridge. This bridge was opened in 1931, so it's 88, almost 89 years old. And it's actually much younger than the East River bridges, which include the Brooklyn Bridge, was opened in 1883, so it's almost 50 years younger than the Brooklyn Bridge. So now we're going across the main span of the bridge, heading east towards Manhattan. And as you can see, there's netting put up. That's to prevent suicides. Unfortunately, this was place where many people would come to jump into the river. So they've erected this. It's just a thing you have to do. This is actually, the bridge is actually Route 80 that goes all the way across the country. So it starts here, goes all the way to San Francisco. Cuts through the Midwest and the Mountain States. So you can see there's as much traffic going west as east. And we're on the top deck. There's another deck below us where only cars can go. So this level has got all the truck traffic. So the economy, there's still large segments of it that are fully functioning and never really slowed down during the height of the pandemic, and it's only ramping back up now as the economy is slowly allowed to reopen in New York, New Jersey. So in a way it's a positive sign, and there's a lot of pent-up demand. I'll give you another view. You have to look through the netting at Manhattan. Hopefully you can see that okay. This large complex of buildings over here, a lot of them have to do with New York Presbyterian Hospital. They have their main campus up here in Upper Manhattan. And as you can see, most people, I mean, a good amount of people are wearing masks, or at least they're carrying their mask. Since you're not really that close to other people, and you can maintain a 6-foot distance, I don't have a problem with people not wearing their masks. But when you get in more closer proximity to other people, then New Yorkers are really good about putting on their mask. I've noticed, even little kids, it's something to see. So people are being conscientious of their fellow citizens. All right, now we're going to go around the next tower. This will require my full concentration. Leg from the east tower to the Manhattan side of the bridge. And I'm holding the camera with my hand. Not yet anyway, for mounting my camera on my bike helmet, but so it requires me to hold the handlebars with both hands, going around some of these curves coming up here, as you'll see. I don't know how many people actually use the bridge to commute. There's not too many cars in the parking lot where I parked. You could ride your bike from certain close-in towns in New Jersey and then come across the bridge and go to work. But I think I'm one of the rarities that does this from time to time. So now we have to go around this curve, and it's like an S curve down to the street. Which I will walk down. You can usually ride down it, but go very slowly. As you'll see, it's like a hairpin turn up here. And there are no soft surfaces if you hit something. It's all concrete and steel, so it would be unforgiving to fall over. Let somebody else go by me. And as you can see, the Henry Hudson Parkway will be following along that, also known as the West Side Highway. So now we've done that S curve, or hairpin curve, and now we'll go down to the street. Just a lot of great views of the bridge. This is looking back west. Show it to you again. So now we take this street, this cross street, right by the bridge, and we'll take it up to Broadway. We're at 178th Street, and we're going to go underneath the we're going to go over the highway and underneath a bus terminal that's at the Manhattan side end of the GWB, the George Washington Bridge. And then we go down through the neighborhood in Inwood here, down to the river. So now we go underneath the GWB bus station and over the highway that comes off the GWB. We'll go north here a couple of blocks, and then we'll make a left and go down the hill. Okay, so now we're at 181st Street, and we're gonna go left here and go down to the river.